Hello everybody, my name is James. I'm a video production specialist here at Videoguys. It is Tuesday, it is about 3 o'clock, so it is time for another Videoguys Live. Today we are going to be talking about a couple tricks and tips for your sports production and how you can take it to the next level. As always, if you have any questions about anything that we talk about today, absolutely feel free to comment down below on Facebook or YouTube, or if you would so like to, you can give us a call at 800-323-2325, and we would be more than happy to discuss further. So I wanted to talk about three different topics today. We're going to treat this kind of as like a Videoguys quick hits, but just for sports, and talking about these three topics. Graphics with broadcast, scoreboards, lower thirds, tickers, things like that. Instant replay. I feel like we don't talk about that a lot, and that's very important in sports, and a lot of different systems are implementing instant replay now, and making it easier than ever to get into instant replay. And then I want to talk a little bit about portable streaming, not just cellular bonding, which we do talk about a lot, but also just portable systems. So, you know, something like the Yola Box family, or maybe even Bird Dog's Maki Live studio and things of the such. So let's get right into it, starting with graphics. Now, we here are big fans of using graphics in our shows. We use Flowix a lot for our lower thirds, but there is a lot more that you can do with graphics, and especially in sports. So you absolutely want to be taking advantage of these things, such as scoreboards, to be able to display what the score is at that time, how much time is remaining in the game, how much time is remaining in whatever the quarter is or half. Lower thirds to introduce new players, coaches, commentators, etc., etc. And then tickers or scrolls, which can also provide other kinds of updates throughout the game, like when let's say a flag is thrown onto the field, and then you can have a ticker scrolling by what the flag is for. So another thing that you can do, and we'll talk about this in a minute, is have some fan engagement in it as well. Graphics have come a long way over the past couple of years, and now you can just put, you know, a QR code on your screen, and then have people sign into that QR code, and then maybe they send a picture to a link or post on social media, and you can put that picture on the Jumbotron in your field. So this doesn't necessarily, all of these graphics don't necessarily have to be used in the live stream, but also locally in the stadium that you are hosting this event. So again, scoreboards, those give your viewers all of the updated information in real time on your game, whatever game you're playing. And then lower thirds, again, can be just a name of a player, or a new coach, or whoever is being interviewed at the beginning or end or halftime of a game. And then again, I really wanted to talk about the social media. And since we brought this up full screen, if you keep your eyes on that lower right-hand side there, you can see somebody posted on Twitter a picture of themselves at that stadium, and then locally in their own Jumbotron, they posted that picture onto their Jumbotron. So directly getting fan engagement is another way that you can use graphics to kind of enhance your production. Now, there are a lot of different ways that you can implement graphics into your production. A lot of the switchers on the market right now, from Yola Live or Wirecast or VizRT with their TriCasters, they have some form of graphics in them where you can make lower thirds, you can make simple scoreboards and things like that. And these are just included right in the bundle. But Yola Live and even VizRT offer more advanced graphics like VizFlowix. And again, I'm going to put Adam on the spot and ask him to pull up a lower third. You can get more advanced, a little bit more flashy, movement-based lower thirds with things like VizFlowix. So, you know, you can take all of that and bring your production really to the next level. Now, some tips when you are making your graphics or designing your graphics. first and foremost, make sure that you are using readable fonts and high contrast colors. You want to make it so even if your graphic is relatively small, just on the bottom of the screen, that it is easily readable and easily able to tell what the score is at a quick glance. So they don't keep looking at the scoreboard, but it is there. And then going with that even further, to make sure that you're consistent with your font and your graphics and colors to match your branding. Even if your switcher doesn't allow you to throw a logo into your graphics engine, a lot of them will at least allow you to change the colors of the background or the colors of the text or the font, and you can make that match whatever your team's logo is or the visiting team's logo is. And then a lot of the times you can have hotkeys in order to very quickly and easily update a scoreboard, or again, something like VizFlowX, you can change a title, make a new lower third right on the fly, so you're always right in the heat of the moment. So graphics are super important when you're doing sports. If you have any questions about some of the graphics engines that are available, absolutely give us a call, 800-323-2325. Next up, I want to talk about instant replay. Like I said, we don't really talk about instant replay a lot, but when it comes to sports, it's very, very important. Again, not only just for viewer engagement to be able to see like highlights and things like that, but also for the referees to be able to make sure that the play on the field was called correctly, and then even in post-production for analytics to make sure, you know, to have the coaches be able to review and then discuss and play it back in real time. And this is used in almost every single sport. You know, if you're creating highlight reels just for, let's say, goals or points scored, again, if you want to review things, and then also just being more engaging with the audience. So how does instant replay work? So typically instant replay works if you're getting a dedicated instant replay machine, you will hook up some cameras to this device, and then that device will record, you know, let's say 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 60-second segments, and then you can play back and rewind that footage. So you're going to want to make sure that you have multiple cameras connected to your instant replay machine. And then the operators and the commentators kind of need to work hand in hand to be able to say, okay, I want that last 30 seconds so I can then, you know, start drawing on it. And the footage on the right there is actually from a Viz 3-play system. And as you can see, you're able to have the commentators be able to control it, be able to draw on that feed, and then be able to play back. You know, I think in this clip, it's a 5-second or 10 seconds in total clip that they are able to then manipulate in many different ways to, again, make it more engaging. But then also the referees can say, okay, yeah, that play was good or that play wasn't good. So again, there are plenty of different solutions when it comes to being able to do instant replay. There are hardware systems available like the VizRT 3Play and 3Play 2. But then Roland also has the P20 HD, which is a compact video switcher where you plug sources directly into it. And then it has HDMI outputs that you can then plug into your switcher. But just like graphics, a lot of switchers on the market now have the ability to just do at least basic instant replay right in the system itself. Again, Telestream's Wirecast, VizRT's TriCasters, and a lot of the YOLO Live YOLO boxes have the ability to do some form of instant replay included. Now, just some general tips when you are using instant replay. Make sure that the people that are operating your instant replay machine know the sport. That way they can know when they need to be able to record and say, oh, I want to play back that last 30 seconds and I want to talk about it. Definitely having multiple angles helps. And this not only to make things look more interesting, but sometimes, another player may block one camera. So if you have a second camera angle, you can actually see, okay, did they step out of bounds? Did the ball go out of bounds? So just having more camera angles for review is always going to make things great too. Another thing is you want to make sure that you have a lot of storage. We offer SD cards and also external SSDs and HDDs to make sure that you can store all of those files to then be able to scrub through them and get highlight reels. And then of course, make sure that you're comfortable with your replay machine. Test it before you go live, even if it's just you and your crew out in the field running around. Make sure that your equipment is familiar to you and your team. And so when the game is actually live, you are totally comfortable and know what's going to happen or know how to react to it. Again, if you have any questions about instant replay machines and how they work in hardware or software solutions, absolutely feel free to give us a call, 800-323-2325. Lastly, I wanted to talk about portable streaming in sports production. And like I said at the top of the show, I don't necessarily just mean, okay, I want to talk about areas that don't have good Wi-Fi and you're using cellular bonding. I also want to briefly talk about just portable live streaming setups. So again, you have cellular bonding and you have portable setups. So what is cellular bonding? Cellular bonding is when you take multiple cellular modems and you connect them to a device to be able to send a, let me back up a little bit, sorry. So you'll have your encoder, which will typically have multiple modems connected to it, and then those modems will all send that signal to a cloud where those clips will then be stitched back together and then send the signal to your streaming destination, whether it's Facebook or YouTube or wherever you want to send that signal to. So a perfect example of that is, let's say that you know that you're going to be streaming at 1080/60 and you know that you should have 10 megabits per second of upload speed to make sure that you're not losing any frames. If you are using, let's say, a MiFi hotspot and that MiFi hotspot is only getting, I don't know, 4 megabits per second, that's not going to be a good enough signal. But if you use something like KiloView's P3 or the LiveView Solo Pro and you have 4 modems all connected to your encoder, well, now each one of those modems is getting 4 megabits per second. So now you actually have 16 megabits per second total upload speed. And so you know that all of your bandwidth is covered and you're going to have a consistent 60 FPS with very little frame drops, if any. So cellular bonding, very important if you're going to be in fields that don't have internet, no Wi-Fi, no Ethernet connection. Being able to take something like a YOLO box and then take the HDMI out of the YOLO box, plug that into one of these cellular bonded encoders, and then having that send your signal out is very important. There are also just portable streaming setups, things that are meant to be transported, like a TriCaster Mini, whether it's the Mini S running on a laptop or Wirecast running on a laptop, Mini 4K, Mini X, something like the YOLO Live YOLO boxes, especially with their new systems like the YOLO Box Ultra and the YOLO Box Extreme, but then also BirdDog's Maki Live Studio, which is a couple box cameras that connect to an iPad all wirelessly. These are small and compact systems that can be brought virtually anywhere, and they're all battery operated, so then you don't have to worry about having power, you don't have to worry about having a ton of setup. It's just a portable device that allows you to do your streaming. And then a lot of the times you can pair that with a cellular bonding device to make sure that your stream goes out at the same time. Just some general tips when you're using portable streaming in sports. When you're using cellular bonding, make sure that you go to the venue in advance, and make sure that your cellular bonding is still going to be enough signal. And while you're there, if you know, hey, okay, I'm only getting 8 megabits per second, maybe I send my stream out at 30 frames per second, or I lower my resolution to 720. Just make sure that your settings are compatible with the amount of bandwidth that you're getting when you do your test stream. Using external batteries or power banks, super, super important. A lot of these cellular bonding devices, portable systems, allow you to charge them via USB-C, and you can just bring a portable power bank to power that device. If, let's say it has a 3-hour battery and you know that your game is going to go 3 hours and you want to make sure that you have enough time, bring a portable battery bank, and then you know that that device will have a couple hours extra in it. And then just in general, make sure that you have great lines for your cameras to not only capture the action, but then maybe get some crowd reaction shots. Just make sure that your cameras are in good placements. And then make sure that you are packing extras just in case something goes wrong. You're not in your studio, you're not in a streaming van. If one of your cameras goes out, just make sure that you have an extra one just in case. Extra cameras, extra lenses, extra cables, just in case, because you never know what could happen. And again, if you have any questions about cellular bonding, these portable streaming solutions, absolutely comment down below on Facebook or YouTube, or give us a call at 800-323-2325. One last thing, because we are talking about tips and tricks for sports, I want to let everyone know that we are going to be doing Sports Stream again this year, and that is going to be happening in September from the 9th to the 11th. You can register today for free at sportstream.us. We're going to have a bunch of guests that are end users. We're going to be having guests that are from our manufacturers, the people that make the equipment, getting that hands-on experience. We're gonna have live demos, things like that. It's something that you're not gonna wanna miss. It's a 3-day event, so definitely register at sportstream.us. And again, that will be September 9th through 11th. As I said at the top of the show, if you have any questions about anything that we talked about today, please feel free to comment down below on Facebook or YouTube. Give us a call at 800-323-2325. Next week, we will be in studio joined by John Roberts to talk about the Simple Track 3 auto tracking PTZ camera. Really excited to have John on the show again, and we will see you next Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Thanks.
Videoguys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.